call this General Services Committee meeting together on July the 10th, 2017 at 12 noon. And the first item on the agenda is purchase of cold storage unit. Police Chief Lee White. Lee?
Well, good afternoon. What we're asking to do here is use current budget capacity from vacancy savings within the police department to purchase a refrigerator freezer combo. Currently, what we have in our evidence section, like a lot of police department around the area, are kind of like the freezers and fridges you would get from Home Depot or Lowe's or some other appliance store. They don't come with monitoring systems, and frankly, the number of units that we have right now are not adequate for future needs. With the changes to the laws that were passed this last year, we are now required to keep the majority of our evidence, the extracts that we get back from the labs, for 55 years. That combined, the storage needs, combined with the lack of any sort of alert system or something of that nature, is problematic for us. And so what we're requesting to do is purchase a unit that will provide adequate storage for our existing DNA biological evidence, in addition to what we expect to see over the next 10 years, and that also provides some sort of a notification system if the system were to fail. So let's say the temperature goes above X degrees, whatever it's required for a particular piece of evidence, then we would get an alert that would allow us to, nudges us in our sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning, so we come in and fix it, that type of thing.
Just two.
Yes, ma'am.
One is what you're buying now or asking to buy now is as large as you can for the space that you have available, but there will probably need to be additional purchases like this with an expansion of your office facilities.
We're hopeful that this will get us through for the next 10 years or so. Beyond that, we may need to purchase additional units. I will tell you, in the city that I came from, Arizona, they passed similar laws, and there we were basically required to keep all biological evidence for 99 years. In the several years before I left there, we built $1.5 million in refrigerator freezer combos to maintain DNA evidence basically forever. The units were huge. They were the size of offices, and anyway, we're hopeful that this is enough to get us through for the next 10 years.
And then in your report, you opted to not go with a system that had an annual subscription for monitoring.
Yes, ma'am.
And you've dealt with these before, so what was the thought process there?
This unit can tie into our existing email and I'm not sure if it's tying into HipLink, but one of our other systems, our notification systems. And so it won't require a subscription like a cell phone would or something like that for notification, which is what the other responsible vendor had. It was a monthly fee that we would have to pay, and we didn't want the ongoing costs, especially when we had the capacity to handle that in our existing systems.
Okay. I don't have anything else.
Okay, Chief, and you said that this isn't a, excuse me, it isn't a budgeted item, but you have the capacity in the current year's budget to purchase this.
Yes, sir. We'd planned on asking for this item during next year's budget cycle. However, looking at the numbers, we want to make sure that we're good stewards of the taxpayers' monies, and in our conversations with the city administrator and our finance director, we figured that since we have budgetary savings this year and open positions, that we would attempt to request council for permission to purchase this item this year. That way we don't have the budgetary impact next year. We do have the capacity right now to purchase it in this fiscal year.
Where do you plan on putting the storage building?
It's going to go in our existing property evidence section.
Okay, need a motion.
I would make a motion to approve the request to purchase the cold storage unit by the police department.
Second. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thanks, Chief. Okay, second thing is Cherry Hill Tennis Court resurfacing. Parks Director Bill Greenwood.
Good afternoon. I'm here to talk about our Cherry Hill tennis courts, to get those resurfaced this year. The Park and Rec Commission has already gave their approval to utilize Parks Capital funds to make this happen. We had Charter Academy has been using our courts for some time, and they are giving us $6,500 to contribute to help with this.
Any questions?
So the Charter Academy uses it for their school program, like their
Yes.
tennis team?
Yeah, yep,
Okay.
exactly right. They're out there with their program.
Okay. And it's already been approved by Park and Rec, you said?
That's correct.
I don't have anything.
Need a motion?
I'd make a motion to recommend use of Parks Capital Improvement Funds to resurface the Cherry Hill tennis courts.
Second? Any discussion, more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Thanks, Bill. Anybody else have anything? You have anything, Mike?
Not for yet, thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, we're adjourned then. Thank you.